I rise in support of SB 100. I'm proud to be a co-author, and I'm proud to add my voice in unison with those that you've heard from in support of this measure. You know, the language of this bill is complex, but its message is very simple. It simply says that we should help to create a better tomorrow. It says that the clock is ticking as we continue to see negative impacts on our environment, and that we've got to make a decision now about what we're going to do to slow down that clock to preserve for our children and for our children's children and for future Californians, and in many ways for ourselves. Yes, there is probably some price to what this measure asks for, but I'd ask you this: what price would you put on a good quality of life? What price would you put on a good quality of life? This bill says that we should do everything in our power to provide a good quality of life. It's aspirational. It is seeking to do the best. And maybe we won't get there in the years that have been set as targets. Maybe we won't get there in 2026. Maybe we won't get there by 2045. But why not strive for what is the best? When we know that we are seeing a deterioration in our environment, when we know that we've seen the melting of the snowpack, when we know that we've seen challenges in our air quality, when we know that we're facing sea level rise and other challenges in our environment. My 12-year-old daughter says that she's a scientist, and she hasn't written anything in research or any publications, but even she knows that climate change is real. And for us to deny the science and what's before us is really irresponsible. And even if you're not a scientist, you know, I tell my daughter, if you're going to be a scientist, there's two rules: clean up after your experiments and don't blow up our house. But she understands that we need to do something for herself and for future generations. And even if you don't know any scientific theory, you know common sense that you can see that it's getting hotter. The temperatures have been more extreme than we've ever seen. When I was on the city council, we started a construction job training program that featured solar panel installation. And we worked closely with our building trades and our local companies to make that available to our consumers. And it became this great opportunity to do something good for the environment and to promote economic development for people who were underemployed to have the opportunity to work in renewable energy. I believe that this is the same opportunity for us. These are not mutually exclusive goals. We can preserve our environment and promote California's economic development at the same time. California is a leader in research and technology around renewable energy, around new patents for new forms of clean energy. And this is our opportunity for California to lead not just the nation, but the world with the actions that we take. And if we don't get there by 2045, we can always revise this. But I ask you again, what's the price you would put on a great quality of life? I submit to you that this is our opportunity to help provide that for all of our children and our children's children, and to have a great quality of life. I respectfully ask for your aye vote on SB 100.